Hello guys, today we're gonna talk about this little thing. Red-headed stepchild of Roland family or not? Roland T-8. They call it beat machine, I don't know why. And it's a bass machine, an acid machine with a sequencer. And actually with a built-in batteries. I'm so sick and tired of these Volcas that I have right here with me that always requires 6-pack of batteries. This one is rechargeable. Awesome. You know what was my biggest problem with drum machines? Their size. Especially when you look at 808, which is huge, and then you start kind of thinking, why is this thing so damn huge? This tiny room is all I have. I don't have big place. You know what was the biggest selling point to me in this little box? The ability to change the sound. Not because I have drums, I already have drums in here. Not because of the bass, because I have a lot of bass machine right here, Volcas, Donner, but because I can change the sound on the fly. I can change decay, I can change tuning, I can change decay of the snare, I can change the tuning, I can add color, I can add distortion, I can have totally different sounds from psh to and you can do it on the fly here. My trusty 606 here. I love this thing to death. It's so easy and it actually kinda deserves the whole video on it, but you cannot change the sound. Actually, a lot of drum machines that Roland doing right now, of course, includes all the changes of the sound, but usually those machines about like 300, 350, 400 and much more. This one, I bought it for 150. It includes everything that I want. Now, what we're gonna do? We're gonna take these two things and compare the sounds and of course the ability to change sound on Roland T-8. Let's talk about the bass sound. These here have digital bass mono step sequencer sound or whatever, and it sounds good. You know, of course you can use this, you know, classic analog 303, and sometimes this thing is absolutely necessary in your studio. Actually, most of the time if you write the kind of music that I like, but sometimes this thing can be too, I don't know, too squelchy. And actually, Roland, in the new versions, digital versions, you know, TB03 or something, I kinda lost track, they actually fixed the problem because they made it digital and the sound is very soft and the sound is very soothing. You know, when I say soft, I mean in a good way. You can dial all the knobs in here to 100%, to 11, and it still will be pleasing to your ears. That's why I much prefer Roland digital acid sounds to analog ones. And of course, this sound is in tiny box. This sound in a big box. When you want to have this one and this one together, it's kinda huge. You can't see me. Da, 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 da. Oh my god. Now, let's compare two sounds. And what I like about this machine also, it's an effects section. You actually don't have a lot of them, but all of them works. You have gain, of course, you have overdrive, you have color, you have another type of decay options, but most important for me is a delay and reverb, because they all have a lot of settings inside of this machine and they works very good. You can take it up to 11 and not ruin your sound. And what's even more important, this effects goes not only to the master. Those kind of effects can go to every single instrument that you have, including bass. And you actually can mix the numbers, because I have 9% of delay on my bass line and 10% of delay on my drums, and I have 90% of reverb on all of my drums and 10% of this reverb on my bass line, and it works flawlessly and you don't have to dive deep into the menus. I absolutely love this thing. Oh, and if you want to dive deep into the menus, you can do it, because actually Roland menus nowadays is not that deep anymore. I was actually kind of scared of it, but then I looked at it and it was actually 1, 2, maybe 3 steps down. It's not as complicated as people try to tell you. It's basically pretty easy. But this font that they use, their digits, kinda remind me of a Predator alphabet. You know, if you've seen the movies about Predator, when he type in something in his hand computer and then dies, remember that? Me too. And this font actually made it so much harder, because it looks awful, but the options is actually pretty easy. Roland should have at the very least gave us Predator human phrasebook in the box. Also, you can add color, different tunings, and of course an overdrive to every instrument that you have, to all the kicks, snares, toms, and of course to the bass line. It can be so helpful when you need it, because a lot of times some kicks don't have enough don't have enough meat on it, some snares not piercing enough, and some bassline just asking for a good overdrive. And last but not least, you can actually change the sound. And when I say change, it means you can swap the sounds. You can swap the hand clap with another tom, and most importantly, you can swap saw wave with a square wave. I don't know why Roland hid this option deep into the menus, because it would have been big selling point, but at least we have it. All of this together makes up for a great sound. Delay and reverb, syncs, saw and square pour some sweet acid, and the drums can bang loud or to be quiet as a lo-fi snoozer. And you don't need to have a bunch of pedals to make it sound this way. Let's listen to it again. No other gear used, no post-processing whatsoever. Song mode is a breeze, and I mean it. Press pattern, then press any of 16 steps. That is it. This one takes the cake. The most simple song mode I've ever seen in my entire life. No menus at all. I made simple 4 on the floor beat, then copied it to all the other patterns, and only the bass lines is different. Boom! Done! Roland, you made it! But writing the actual bass line is kinda leave a lot to be desired. But what can you do? It's a portable device. And there's actually 3 ways to input notes. 1. You hold the step button and use the encoder to choose the pitch, and it's done in that weird predator language symbols, and it is slow. 2. Volca style. Press record and punch in notes as fast as you can. 3. Input note to step by using keyboard, well, step by step. Sadly, there's no moving automatically to other step after you punched a note in. It's a minor problem, but kinda getting on your nerves. Also, the sync option is not that type, the type that will make other devices play together immediately. On my 303 and 606, you still have to do it manually and hope it will get synced. I don't know why this is happening. My Donner B1 makes sure everything play in time from the get-go, but my Rolands and Korgs are not. And the biggest con, there's a phones out, but no line out. It means no headphones and audio out to the camera for you. Why, Roland? Why? Why? Anyways, Roland T-8, and I bet my bottom MIDI cable, T stands for tiny, is a great piece of gear. It's mobile, you can take it anywhere, it will not take too much space on your tiny desk, and most importantly, it sounds good. You know, it's not that hard to make portable device that sounds like crap. You have Volca Kick, right? But to make something that is tiny and can still provide serious sounds, you gotta have talent. With Roland, it's always hit or miss. You know, the company that made Jupiters and sell VST clones of it in the same timeline. But this time, wow! This success will not be huge, and tiny gear often ridiculed just because it's tiny. Remember Volcas and bodily cavities? Yep, still hurts. To be remembered, you need to sell something big, like Arturia did with their pay-to-play Astrolab, right? No matter how bad it is, big gear makes big noise. But it's up to Roland, engineering and marketing departments to decide what it will be. Another meme or another Walkman. See you next time. Look, we have. Oh, fuck, we can't. It operates on a bit built. Or. How this thing called? To some device. The fuck? I believe it can fit in my pocket. My life.